Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a flaky and juicy beef patties. So let's go. Alright guys, so I have some ground beef here, and you can also use chicken or pork, whatever you choose as a filling. I did add some lemon juice to this before, and now I'm adding some of my homemade blended seasoning that has a lot of onion, garlic, ginger, pepper, and yeah, the whole works. So what I'm going to be doing is season it, and I want you to check the description box below. You're going to get all the measurement and ingredients that I use to make my patties. Now I like to cook my meat, do the filling first before I start with the dough so that it can cool off completely. So once I season it well, I'm going to add some oil into the pan, and once the oil gets hot, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking the meat. Now you can add onions and garlic freshly chopped and fry them up before you start with your meat. I didn't do that because my seasonings was just good enough for me. So the seasonings that you see I use is not really compulsory that you use them. You can use your own type of seasonings. I'm going to use a little touch of browning here because I do not like my meat to be too dark. And you want to do this over medium heat, and you don't want your meat to be dried out. Now, normally when I'm making pastries, my filling is always consisted of mixed vegetables or freshly chopped vegetables. I didn't have any kind of like string beans, so I did use some sweet peas. And you want to make sure that this is cooked down well. Get that water out from it. A little went into mine, but that's all right. Once you cook it well, it's going to be okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add some grated carrots along with some sweet peppers. Again, use any type of vegetables into yours. Let it cook down for another 5 minutes. And of course, you need to taste as you go. And at this time, you want a nice, juicy filling. All right, so after cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and turn the heat off and let this sit there and cool before you put it into your pastry filling. Alrighty, turn the heat off, let this sit, and let's go start with our pastry dough now. Alright, so here I have 4 cups of flour. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm going to mix it well. Into 4 cups of flour, I'm going to add some shortening and butter. Again, check the description box below. You're going to get all that measurement there. And at this time, you want to use the fingertip method. You don't want to knead this mixture together. All right? You want to mix it in until it looks like this. Now, once it's done, make a in the middle of the mixture, and we're going to use some ice water to bind this mixture together. Now, once you pour the ice water, guys, you want to just squeeze the mixture in together like this. No kneading, because we do not want an elastic kind of dough, right? This is how I do it. and form it into a dough ball. And you always know when you get a good mixture, a good pastry mixture, and that is when the pastry do not really stick that much to your hands. That's how you know you get a good mixture. Now, I'm using these patty pans, guys, and this can be done without a pan also, but I prefer the classic shape using the patty pans. I did put some shortening on my patty pans. So now what I'm going to do is flour my surface and roll my dough out as like in 1/4 of an inch. And because of the size of patty pans that I'm using, I'm just going to use a cutter that can give me the same size shapes of round pieces to fit into the pan. So I did use my measuring cup. Use a glass, use anything you want. Again, just squeeze your dough, don't knead it. So this is the patty pan that I did grease with some shortening, and I'm going to put them in like this and press them down. And I do not like my patties too thin or too thick, all right? Now that my mixture is cool, I'm going to fill them up here. And I did set my oven to 275 degrees to bake my patties, because you want to give them time to bake. Once I fill them up, I'm going to take some ice water and I'm going to use the cover and base it like this. You can also use the egg wash. I just prefer the old-fashioned way. And you just lace it around the edges of the pastry dough and right over the top. Put it in like this. I'm going to use a fork to push in and press and create those edges. Just like this. And guys, this is a seasoned ground beef wrapped up in a flaky crust. A savory, flaky crust, believe you me. You want to poke some holes into it to release the hot air when baking. And then we're going to take some egg wash and make sure you base right around the edges and the top. Place into the oven, and for me, depends on your oven's temperature. You bake your pastry, so I'm not going to really tell you how many minutes. I put mine to 275 and let it bake until it is golden brown. Once it's golden brown, you want to allow it to cool a little. And this is how you know you get a good pastry, when it removes from the pan like this. So here you have it, guys. A tender but flaky or crumbly textured patties, a juicy filling. And this is a great entertaining recipe and always one of the first things to go when it is served, guys. Look at this. Crumbly and nice. So here's my beef patty, guys. Thank you for watching.